really, if you do have a seasonal brand, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. So fortunately, Steven started to diversify and have multiple e-com stores. So if one doesn't pan out, he doesn't care, right? So that's another thing that, again, we're going back to the same lesson that we're teaching you guys before. Just like having one thing is great, but you should also have some small hedge. I'm not saying put all of your time into that hedge, but worst case scenario, you still have some cash flow or something. Because if a Q4 goes wrong for one of these brands, it's a year of madness for you. You got to pretty much bankroll that whole year until you get to the next Q4. And if that doesn't pan out, then it's finished, right? You can't survive unless you have that much cash flow in bank saved up to hold two Q4s, then it's really rough. So this is why we're preaching to have one main focus, but also dabble a little bit in something else. So fortunately, the main lesson which I was getting at, we have AI, and I attribute majority of the success to AI, right? Because we built more efficient tools, we used it for copy, we're able to execute much faster than before. The ad we make in minutes and we launch in minutes, right? Versus creation could take weeks, right? The level of ads that we're putting out, hundreds of ads, that would take weeks. It's just different timing. Things are very, very different right now. So, fortunately, a lot of people aren't using it. They're still doing things the old way. And this is the prime opportunity right now, not just for paid ads, right? Anything that you do with AI, whether it's lead gen, whether it's organic content, whether it's YouTube, whatever it is, if you just add AI in any shape or form to be more efficient, you're going to have a higher chance of winning. You just multiply your odds. It's like mathematical probability, right? The more entries you have in a lottery, the higher chance you have of winning. It's just mathematical probability. Same applies for creatives, for content. We showed you multiple instances of where people are using AI to amplify their business. So we had a look at most recently the Facebook posting, right? They're posting 10 pieces of content a day. And you hear most content creators tell you 2 to 3 pieces of content. So that's why the people that are using AI are winning, because they're putting out more, because they can, right? Because you couldn't do that before. So again, it's showing you that the brute force volume is winning because it's just mathematical probability. You have more chances of winning. Yes, you do want to have good content as well, but this is where a lot of people fall over as well, because even before AI, sometimes the ugliest ads were winning anyway, right? It's just because they look less polished, people believe it more, so on and so forth. To this day, still ugly landing pages from the 2000s probably convert better than polished modern landing pages, right? So I see a lot of affiliates creating ugly looking landing pages that look like they were created in Dreamweaver in 2005 and things like that, right? They're looking like very, very dated websites, but they are with modern technology, so they load really fast and all that sort of stuff. They just look like they're from 20 years ago, sort of thing. So that's to inspire you. This is where the 80/20 rule comes into play, right? This is basically how I live and breathe, right? Because people with the perfection side of things, this is where a lot of people get hung up. They want the best ad, the best product. They want to go over things 100,000 times before they even launch, right? Launched is better than not. Launching more is better than not, right? So even if you just put one ad out, it's still better than zero ads, right? And a lot of the small things don't really matter. And that's where a lot of people get hung up on this 20% of things that don't really matter. So you need to avoid getting hung up on the finer details and all that sort of stuff, because even mistakes in ads, like typos and things like that, are actually positive things. We purposely misspell things and do that because we accidentally misspell things sometimes and we notice, hey, this ad's doing the best, right? Because people get, oh, hey, this is how you spell it. And they go crazy in the comments. And then people start arguing with each other because for whatever reason, but that drives engagement. And then Facebook thinks it's a good ad and it's going to keep pushing it. So that's just to break belief that you have to have polished ads, you have to have this. A lot of people get hung up on the perfection side of things and they delay launching. So the launching and actually having things up and testing and getting information is the most important thing. And now you have skin in the game, your dollars are going out and you have risk on the table and all of that sort of thing. So then you can focus on the 20% once you start getting traction. But to be completely honest, if I'm being completely honest, both the ecom store and affiliate are still like 80-20. There's things that we could do more. There is a lot of room there. But is focusing on that 20% going to bring us another 10 million? Probably not. Launching more offers and doing the 80%, the thing that really matters, that probably will do another 10 million. So focus on things that are the highest leverage things. And to get to a point where you have enough cash flow and you really want to extract every single dollar and thing out of the funnel, then you can focus on the 20%. Things like testing ad cart buttons, things like testing different landing pages, things like styles like carousels and all of that sort of stuff. That's like your 20%, the things that don't really move the needle. So very important to focus on the things that do drive the needle, right? So what do you think about that, Reggie? You agree? Like
Yeah,
it's the
so
80-20?
I wanted to jump in on that. So I totally agree with the 80-20. But I like to have a remix of it. So for me, it was maybe 2021 when one of my mentors at the time explained to me that making money isn't supposed to be fun. And even more so, it doesn't always have to be new.